from the return of the Shadowlands, just as the brave Pharaoh did 5,000 years ago.
YouTube Vintage Yugioh here today, and this is going to be a nice little comparison video between PSA and CGC on faded variant cards. So none of these cards are mine, but we all, me and the owner of these cards, believe that these have been unfairly graded at PSA solely due to the fade of the card. So I mean, the chances of all these cards magically getting 7s, besides that first one, just because of the criteria that they are 7, is just unlikely. I think they saw that they were faded, and they're like, all right, we're going to give these 7s. So we are going to crack these, and, well, I'm going to crack these, and I'm going to send them to CGC, and it's going to go right into it. After this, I'm going to show these out of the slab for a little quick snip, and then it'll get right into me getting them back from CGC and seeing what the grades are on these beautiful faded cards. So that's enough for an intro. Hopefully we have some interesting results and hopefully good results. So this should be a good video. Okay, so we are back. They have been cracked. Now, first edition version there. You know, I'm not going to show all the labels, but they have been cracked. Looked over all of them, and I would be, I don't have a whole lot of experience with CGC. I've just got a couple submissions back from them from my own stuff. But I would expect a lot of 9.5, some 10 subgrades, and I'd be shocked if we see less than an 8 overall grade on any of these cards. But they do grade. They have designated 4 faded cards, so that should help our case. But yeah, we were just kind of upset with PSA because there are known examples out there of faded cards in PSA 10s. So we just wanted consistency. That's all we really ask for. We tried to do a CRC review, and they're just like, oh, this is a defect for cards at PSA currently. We're working through it. But then we gave them examples of known faded cards that are 10s, and they're pretty much like, yeah, our graders are, the graders didn't know, pretty much. So it's like there's no consistency with faded cards at PSA right now. So we will see what we get from CGC, continue watching to see the grade reveals, and I am hopeful for some good grades for these cards. They are beautiful, and they deserve to be graded fairly. And just like that, we are back, and we have the cards here off to the side. So we're going to go through these grades. I know the grades, these cards are not mine, and the guy that I sent them in for wanted to know the grades. So I looked at him and sent him the grades. So we have 6 cards that I showed that I cracked that were all PSA 7s. And now we're going to go through the grades of what they got at CGC. So up first, we're going to have the Dark Magician Starter Deck Yugioh, and this is like a 1.5 print. It's not wavy, but it's not glossy also. But right now CGC only has them labeled as glossy or wavy, so they really we'll just show this grade here. So this one got a 10 on edges, 8.5 on corners, 9 on surface, and 10 on centering. So a 9 overall. So it got the error, which is the insufficient ink error. But it's labeled as glossy, and they really just need to leave glossy off, in my opinion. It just needs to be Starter Deck Yugioh Ultra Rare, insufficient ink error. But this was a PSA 7, and this paints a really good picture. But once again, like, the centering subgrades just kind of have my head scratching because I can visibly see it's a little thinner here than it is here. And some of the cards I've sent in the previous submissions, just like, if this is 10 centering, then some of my cards should be 10 centering. But overall, very, very happy there with a 9 to start us off. So the next, we have the Starter Deck Kaiba counterpart with the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Once again, this is kind of like the 1.5 print. It's not glossy and it's not wavy. And the grades this one got, You got a 10 on edges, a 10 on corners, a 9 on surface, and a 9.5 on centering. So we did get, this is the first gem mint 9.5 that I've got out of my CGC submission so far. And we kind of saw the same issues that Ruxin saw with his faded cards. This is going to be posted a couple days later than his, but they got graded at about the same time. He was texting me asking how to look up information. So based on when he was texting me, I think they got graded about the same time. And we didn't get really above a 9 on any surface for these faded cards. So I don't know if there's actually surface issues or if they're still factoring in some surface problem because of the fade. But either way, really strong subgrades on this one. And this got the 9.5. Get that leaned up there. Okay, so now we're going to have 3 unlimited Dark Magicians. Once again, all these were PSA 7s. And this is a wavy unlimited. And this Dark Magician got 9.5 on edges, 10 on corners, 8.5 on surface, which, like I said, we ran into this pretty much the same issues Phil had, and 9 on centering. So this got the mint 9 error and off high to low. So once again, I probably agree that this is 9 centering, but maybe even 8.5 when compared to some of the cards that I've seen get 9 centering or 8.5 centering. So it just, I don't know. But 9 error for the insufficient ink. So really a nice, strong card here with some nice subgrades. So he was very happy overall with this submission. A lot better than PSA 7s. They paint, a full picture of these cards and what's wrong with them based on surface, edge, corners, and centering. So this one is also a wavy Dark Magician, but they mislabeled it as glossy. So I'm going to send this one in for a reholder, and then we're going to send a couple in for review. So the subgrades on this one, 10 on edges, 10 on corners, 9 on surface, and 9 centering. And once again, like, this centering looks worse to me than this, but yet they get the same centering. And then I don't have one of my cards around, but I got 9 centering, and it was like perfect centering, especially compared to this. But yeah, they labeled this one as glossy, and this one is definitely a wavy unlimited. I don't know how they got 2 right and got 1 wrong, but I don't know how they got 2 right and 1 wrong, but here we are. So another 9, so two 9s on the 2 unlimited so far. And then the third unlimited, this one has like an ink splotch or something up there too. Let's see if we can, there we go. And this one got 9.5 edges, 10 corners, and 9 surface. So it got the same surface grades as the others with no visible, defects. And then I got 9.5 on centering. So we did get our second gem mint, Dark Magician, wavy, unlimited, error, insufficient ink. So this is kind of what we thought we would get. I thought we would get 9s or 9.5s. And so it was very nice to see CGC grade these much more correctly. No grading company is perfect, but I feel like they did a much better job than what PSA has done, with just slap a 7 on it for, surface issues that really, they came straight from the factory like that. There's nothing wrong with the quality of the surface other than the color. So, and then here is the big boy, the wavy first edition faded Dark Magician. And this one got a 9.5 on edges, a 9.5 on corners, an 8 on surface, and a 9.5 on centering. So we got the near mint plus 8.5 error. So this is the card that we're going to send in for review, and it does have like a couple of factory print lines across the back, right there, you can kind of see it. Across the back right through there. So that, and it has this dot right here. So I think they were kind of harsh on surface, but I can see where they're coming from at least. Like that one at least makes sense. So we are going to send it in for review though, so we'll see what they do with that, and then I'm going to send at least one of my cards in for review on centering, because if my centering got bumped up to a 9.5, then the entire grade would get bumped up to a 9.5, so I think it's worthwhile. So, but overall, I mean, we got 3 9s, 2 9.5s, and an 8.5 when all these were PSA 7s. So everyone's like, oh, you know, CGC, it's not reputable. It's why would you go from PSA or BGS to CGC? It's just nice to get a fresh look from a different company, and they've been grading comics forever. You know, they're definitely new in Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm definitely not going down the mass collection route of collecting CGC slabs, but they do offer, you know, a different service when compared to PSA to show the subgrades, and I think very soon they will be taking over Beckett at a price point, at least in my experience. I have had a much better experience with CGC than Beckett. So that's my 2 cents on it. But yeah, he is very happy with the return here to get these more properly graded and slabbed up, and definitely excited to get these back to him. And I will definitely do another update video on the review for this, and I think I'm going to send my Gate Guardian that I think had good enough centering to get a 9.5, and then got to send this one back to get reholdered. So there will definitely be more CGC videos, but I also have 2 or 3 PSA returns that are in QA2 right now, so we'll have a lot of PSA video returns coming back very shortly. So subscribe if you're not. If you're interested in graded cards and stuff like that, you don't want to miss these videos. None of these cards are for sale. These are all personal collection. So that's going to do it. And as always, thanks for watching.